What's the word, people? It's your boy John back at you with another reaction video. Like today I got most savage moments in MMA. MMA is the realest fighting you're going to see on TV, pay-per-view, Peacock, whatever you're going to see it on. It stay real. This ain't, like wrestling or, boxing. Yeah, boxing is real, but it ain't like MMA at all. You already know. They get down on MMA. Let's go ahead and watch this. It's the most savage moments in MMA. Let's go.
And welcome back to Fight Focus. And for today's video, we'll be covering the most savage moments in MMA. Also, if you enjoy this video, please make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and comment what video you want to see next. Let's get to it. With crazy and unique finishes being showcased in a sport that is growing all around the world, savage moments have occurred numerous times. Some fights have fighters show total respect to each other, and some fights are not quite like that. But anyways, usually when fighters have bad blood, these moments have occurred and have caused fighters to do savage or disrespectful actions towards one another. Strangely enough, it's sometimes even satisfying to witness if the other fighter deserves it.
Wait them up.
For this video, we've compiled a list of instances where MMA fighters did savage things during their fights. Number 12, Felice Herrig. Both of these women went straight Nate Diaz.
Yo, the women be getting down harder than the men sometimes, like for real though.
The two fought out a close encounter that was interrupted at times by the two strawweights flipping each other off mid-fight. Watch as Casey wipes blood off her nose, throws at a Herrig, and proceeds to give her opponent the double bird. Casey went on to lose the fight via split decision. After the fight, Herrig said there were no hard feelings despite the heated confrontation in the cage. Number 11, Nate Diaz.
He's gonna look out for that right leg. If Nate Diaz gets that right leg over, he's got it. He's already down.
For a round and a half, Kurt Pellegrino did exactly what people thought he would do. He used his wrestling to stay on top of Diaz in ground and pound, flowed with Nate's attempts to get out of bad positions, and kept putting the Ultimate Fighter Season 5 winner in trouble. Pellegrino then went for a slam in the second round and found himself tangled in Diaz's legs. Not only did Diaz have the triangle choke locked on, but he also found some time to flex and flip a pair of middle fingers to the sky while his opponent was tapping out. Number 10, Max Holloway.
Yo!
After landing a clean straight right, Holloway pointed at commentator and UFC legend Daniel Cormier octagon side before slipping a cater counter and screaming that he was the best boxer in the UFC. Holloway then followed up with a crisp jab while evading a flurry of cater strikes before repeating his claim again. The Hawaiian native opened proceedings for the UFC with one of the best displays ever seen in the octagon on that Saturday night, beating number 5 ranked Calvin Pillar to post to cement his title credentials after his controversial loss to Alex Volkanovski prior. Number 9, Conor McGregor.
He be so disrespectful. McGregor be disrespectful as hell in the ring, I swear.
When referee Herb Dean asked Conor McGregor and Dennis Seaver to touch gloves before the fight, the Dubliner extended his hand, but the German wasn't feeling it. So McGregor flipped the bird before the fight, and then Seaver got his rocked a couple minutes later. At the post-fight press conference, the Irishman explained why he made the gesture, saying that it was due to Seaver's use of steroids in the past. It was not just aimed at his direct opponent, though. It was also for another fighter in his weight class, Ricardo Lamas. Number 8, Anderson Silva.
He a beast too.
Look at Silva. I mean, that's just amazing.
Silva juked and jived like Neo from The Matrix in one of the most spectacular performances by a fighter in any combat sport. It was as if Silva had a GPS for Griffin's punches planted in his brain. Silva stood merely inches away, and Griffin, a former light heavyweight contender at the time, only managed to catch air when putting together combinations on the feet. After dropping Griffin a couple of times, Silva ended the former champ's misery quickly in the first round with one last magician act and a deadly accurate jab while moving backwards, and his hands dropped. Immediately after the fight, Griffin got up and jetted back to the locker room, refusing to take part in any of the post-fight ceremonies. Number 7, Khabib Nurmagomedov.
Let's talk now.
Let's talk now.
Entered the fight with tensions at a high after a strenuous build-up that saw a bus attack at UFC 223 Media Day used as the main driver in promoting the fight. Nurmagomedov, as he had done in previous fights, began talking to McGregor during the fight and requested that they talk now, as he rained down punches on the top of the former two-weight world champion. But it didn't end there. Khabib took flight when he jumped out of the cage and attacked McGregor's teammates after this fight. And the Russian said at his post-fight press conference that McGregor had crossed lines during the promotion of the fight, a point to which McGregor seemed to reference during the fight by saying it was only business. Number 6, Dominic Reyes.
Oh!
Here's a good rule for fighters. Don't talk to your opponent when it leaves you open for an immediate counter, or nod like a douche.
Definitely that. Don't put your guards down for real. You ain't
Powell
ready.
with the left hand, and Powell decided to shake his head at his opponent, saying no. The problem is, he kept his hands a little too low and was within striking range. Reyes then threw a high kick and slumped Powell. Jordan went to bed immediately, face down,
sweetheart.
and any MMA canvas is anything but a Posturepedic mattress. But the savage moment was Reyes nodding back after he knocked his opponent out cold. Number 5, Jorge Masvidal.
Any chance they get? The fight clock is brought to you by Modelo.
Damn!
As the bell rang to start the fight, Masvidal charged towards Askren and executed the perfect flying knee KO, immediately knocking out his opponent. He then delivered a number of deserved punches to a clearly unconscious Askren before the referee managed to call off the fight. Afterwards, the Cuban-American mocked Askren being knocked out, flopping to the canvas and flailing around, all while his opponent was still lying unconscious next to him. Number 4, Nick Diaz.
Ending written all over it. Wow, I just never expected this. I never expected to see him flat by Diaz.
Lawler was highly touted as the next best thing at welterweight, possessing devastating KO power and ruthless aggression. But Diaz shocked the world when he started egging on and taunting Lawler in the octagon, with the jiu-jitsu black belt urging the latter to stand and trade. Diaz won the fight via second round KO, and aside from being freaked out by Lawler before the fight, admits that he used his trash talk to spook his opponents out, or specifically Robbie. You can't hate on it if it worked. Number 3, Khamzat Chimaev.
He went down like when the police tased you. Like, this shit look crazy.
Oh, nice job by Chimaev. Oh my goodness. He's talking to David. Oh my goodness.
Within 3 minutes and 16 seconds of the first round, Chimaev had ended the fight like he has ended all of his MMA matches to date, in a conclusive, brutal fashion. Chimaev made it a point to yell at Dana White during the fight. He picked up Li Jingliang and brought him over to White and slammed him down in front of him before he choked him out. The move brought a lot of attention to Chimaev and helped reinforce his dominance inside the cage. The welterweight contender looked like he never missed a beat. Number 2, Cody Garbrandt. Is there anything more demoralizing than your opponent dancing while knocking you out? Probably not.
I mean, he stopped Zagaki in the first round in his rematch fight, swarmed him.
The two went back and forth, exchanging shots and words throughout the fight.
Insult to
Garbrandt went
injury,
the
for
extra
real.
mile in his attempt to mock and toy with Cruz throughout the fight. He took the extra moments in between action to show off his dance moves to his opponent before knocking him down numerous times. Garbrandt had a few opportunities to finish off Cruz during the match, but his showboating ended up getting the best of him at the moments. However, Garbrandt got the last lap and accomplished exactly what he wanted as he became the new UFC bantamweight champion of the world. Number 1, Petr Yan. If your opponent's Russian, just don't talk trash during the fight to him. Just don't do it.
Ooh.
Not necessarily talking trash, but Uriah Faber took the initiative to show his tongue to Yan and would get 2 punches in the face in return. As Faber had fallen back against the cage, Yan had his arms out calling him out. This has to be one of the most savage moments because of how easy he made it look right after. The fight wouldn't end there, but it was still pretty dominant till the Russian would end the bout with a front kick to Faber's butt chin. And that right there concludes this video. If you made it this far, let us know how we did in the comments below. Alright MMA fans, thank you so much for sticking around to the end of this video.
Yo. They be really tearing each other up on these in that octagon. I swear to God, man. Hey, yo, who you think is the best MMA fighter? Leave it in the comments below. Let me know who's the best MMA fighter to you. But yeah, man, I'm done with this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And I'm going to get at y'all with another video soon, man. Peace.